what's going on YouTube? Hopefully you guys are having an amazing day today. As you guys know by the title and thumbnail of this video, we are back with another video for the weekly breakdown analysis for my top few picks for the coming week of February 20th all the way up to Friday, February 25th. Yeah. So anyways, with that being said, if you guys are brand new to the channel and would like to see more content just like this alone, where you can get any tips, tricks, and also live trading, which I just started doing, be sure to subscribe down below. And if you did get any value out of this video, be sure to leave a thumbs up down below, so that way it motivates me to get more content out just like this one alone. And anyways, without any further ado, let's just go ahead and get straight into the analysis breakdown. And we're just going to go ahead and start off with gold because we're already looking at it on the charts, right? So looking at gold right now, it has had a very, very nice push to the upside. I don't know if you guys remember from the last weekly analysis video, I did call it out, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So right here within this general zone, I did say if gold were to basically hold above this weekly level of support right here that previously acted as a strong level of resistance, we were going to absolutely just mop straight up to our next zone, which would have been this specific zone right here. And after that, throughout midweek updates that I was having within my group, I was saying anything above this general zone, if price can hold this general level, we're going to go ahead and target these highs right here. And price is doing exactly that. Now, scaling in onto the lower time frames, there's no doubt that gold right now is extremely bullish on the daily time frame. Scaling in onto the 4-hour, extremely bullish. Let me go ahead and close out of this position. That was one of the positions that I have broken down and taken within the Learn and Earn group, link down below. And we caught a really good move off of that. It's good 6%, right? Now, anyways, looking at where gold is at now, it is reaching that very, very strong level of resistance right up here. So the next thing that I could really expect with gold right now is to potentially give me a pullback from this level right here all the way back down to here. I'm not going to be taking any sells right here just because if you look at the momentum right now on gold, it's just absolutely ripping up. So many people could have easily taken sells right here at this weekly level at a strong level of resistance, would have gotten stopped out. They could have taken sells right here at this level of resistance and support, would have gotten stopped out. And notice, if you would have taken a sell right here, stopped out. Take a sell up here, it could potentially do the same thing and price just could continue to just fly straight to the moon. So what am I waiting for on gold right now? I am waiting for a pullback on gold all the way down to this level right here to then act as a previous level. Look at it. It acts as a previous level of support, resistance, resistance, resistance. I want it to act as a level of support, sorry, to then target this next level of resistance all the way up here. If price can give me a pullback all the way down to here, this would be the most ideal level to take an entry. Looking into the daily time frame, I really can't draw out a Fibonacci from that point, but looking into our 4-hour, I can clear as day just draw out a Fibonacci from this low right here all the way to the swing high point. And this area right here lines up perfectly with my 50% extension and my 61.8% extension. The only reason I won't draw it up on the daily time frame is because this is all one entire push on gold, swinging from the down low all the way to the up high. It would not line up with anything at all, right? So like I said, that's why I drew it out onto the 4-hour time frame. I'm looking for this area right here. I'm gonna go ahead and set an alert. Buy POI. I'm looking for gold to get within this general area. Give me some sort of a break-in pattern, because whenever price typically tends to reverse back down, it looks like this. We go sideways for a little bit, and then we get the break-in structure, retest a previous level of support resistance to then act as a level of support to then target back up to the overall highs, right? This is typically how market moves as a whole. So this is the exact move that I'm looking for right here. Also along with confluence to candlestick variation and all of that stuff, right? But overall, you guys get the gist. Once I can get price, I already have an alert down here. Once price gets back down to this general area, like I said, that's where I'm going to be looking for buys. So that's basically the entire breakdown for gold. Definitely watch out for this level as well. If price were to break above this level, I'm literally just going to be looking for a retest back down, a previous level of resistance to then target these highs all the way up here of 1970-ish area, 1960-ish area, right? We have our major level of 1750 and then 1750, sorry, 1950 and then 1975. So overall, that's what I'm going to be looking for. It's either a retracement back down here for buys or a break and retest to then take some more buys, right? But I'm not going to be interested in sells at all in this very, very strong bullish push, because I'm just going to get absolutely annihilated. Now, moving on to GJ. GJ looks very, very interesting, as you guys can see right here. It had a very nice bullish run. And you can see price has been respecting this trend line multiple times, just absolutely riding it out to the top side until we got to my weekly level of resistance. Notice how this weekly did fail to close above, and excuse me, we did make a massive wick to the upside, failed to close above, and now looking at this weekly, we did close down below. We're showing some sort of spinning tops, dojis. You guys can translate that to a loss of momentum. And now looking into the daily time frame, you can also see we have a massive wick to the upside followed by this hammer right here and closing down below and under this structural level of support and then potentially resistance, right? So what am I going to be looking for on GJ? I already got the confirmation to take the sells, right? But I want to refine my entry point. I could very easily take a sell on GJ like this, set it above the wick, and then target all the way down here to this level, right? Make an easy, nice 1-to-3 risk reward ratio. But I want to refine my entry point because price can very easily reverse at this specific black line that I have drawn out, because if you look at where price is at right now, that is a very strong level of resistance, support, potential support, a little bit of support resistance, right? And then, you know, like I said, price can very easily give you a pullback right here. I can draw out a Fibonacci tool from swing low to my swing high point, and that can line up perfectly with my 50% extension, right? So that's why this is one of my zones that I want to watch out for and see what price does. I can very easily take buys right here, but I could also very easily, if I was to take sells up here, this could be some sort of a point to really scale out, because price, like I said, can very easily reverse in that point. But anyways, looking into the 4-hour time frame, the biggest thing that I'm going to be looking for is now that we did break out of this range right here, as you guys can see, I can draw out a box clear as day right here. Now that we are out of that range, all I am looking for is for some sort of a retest back up into that general zone right here. So literally just a break, a little bit more, a lower high, and then continuation back down to here. And then my overall targets would be at the very bottom of this trend line, because as you guys know, you target A, B, C points as TP1, TP2, TP3 on any trend line break. So we got our A point down here, we got our B point right here, we have our C point right here, but obviously it already broke past the C. We're just waiting for the retest back up to the consolidation zone, resistance, C tap, all of that stuff, multiple confluences to take this short, right? So we're just gonna have to wait, be patient on GJ. Alongside with GA, I am looking for sells overall as a whole. If you guys look at the daily time frame and where we are trading out right now, we are continuously making lower highs. You can see we got the lower high right there. We got the lower high right here, right? And then we got the new lower high right here. But one thing that scares me is where price is at right now. You guys can see we have some sort of a potential switch in trend. You can see this from both ways. I'm trying to show you guys how you can see it from a bullish standpoint and how you guys can see it from a bearish standpoint. I really don't typically do this, but I already have my bias set. I'm set on bias for sells on GJ all the way up into that black line. If it continues on, then I'm obviously going to continue to look for sells. And then gold, I'm only looking for buys. GA, I'm only looking for sells. But if you guys want to be a bull in this market, I'm telling you exactly what you could do, what you could look out for, all of that stuff, right? So looking into GA, you can see some sort of a low forming a new higher low right here within this general point. So this is something that looks very interesting to me, but at the same time, we are maintaining below this resistance level. If price were to break above this resistance level right here and give me a retracement back down to this specific level, previous resistance, I want it to act as a support so I can target this major structural level of resistance. But until then, if price does remain down here, this is still a valid low, right? That is still a very much so valid low, and I want to continue on with the trend all the way back down to this specific structural level, right? So anything above this point, I'm literally looking for a solid, clean, simple break and retest all the way back up. Anything below this point, it's literally at the most optimal prime point to go ahead and take a sell. Now, whether you want to wait for a confirmation on a candlestick or not, that's completely up to you. But I have every confluence in the world to take a sell entry just like this, have my stops right above my level of resistance, and then, like I said, targets just right down to here. You can have a 1 to 2 if you want to be a little bit more aggressive on your stops. Set your stops right above this wick right here, right above that, and you can make a simple, nice 1 to 3 risk reward ratio targeting this next structural zone. So very much so sell bias on GA. Now, the final pair that I am looking at is GU. GU as a whole has been very interesting these past 2 weeks, to say the least. As you guys can see, we have literally just been moving absolutely nowhere, constantly getting liquidity grabs for sellers, constantly getting liquidity grabs for buyers. It's just overall been extremely terrible to trade, but it looks like it wants to start breaking out from the point that it's been in, right? We had this nice push to the upside throughout this entire week, and now prices is giving a little bit of a retracement. That daily on Thursday did make sure to close above all of these resistance points right here, which is giving me hope to take, it's not good to obviously have hope in the markets, but it's giving me good belief that price is going to, excuse me, I keep burping, continue to fly to this zone right here, and then from then on to this zone right here, and then overall targets would be this high right here, also tapping our psychological level of 1.37500. Scaling it onto lower time frames, as you guys can see, we are very much so bullish, but this is something to keep in mind. We have a double top formation. Price did retest it, and now price is just absolutely slaughtering back down to the downside. So the biggest thing that I'm looking for, if price can maintain above this minor structure level of support, resistance, choppiness, resistance, I could potentially be looking for buys, but this isn't my most optimal pair. This is probably the last pair that I would want to trade out of these picks, just because of the fact that this is probably the riskiest setup to take out of all of these. If I were to choose any pair that I wanted to trade, it'd probably be GJ as my #1 pick, gold as my #2 after it gets to that zone. But I just have to, actually, gold would be my #1 pick, but it's nowhere near my POI right now. But let's just say for GJ, for example, for Sunday night, I'd be looking for GJ sells, I'd be looking for GA sells. GU, this would be something that I hold off and obviously just target these two. But yeah, GU would be my last pick for the entire week to even try to trade. But if it can get down to this level right here, there's multiple confluences in the world to go ahead and take this long. If I were to swing low to swing high on the 4-hour time frame, we line up perfectly right around our 50% extension, break and retest level, previous resistance, potentially act as a level of support. Not only that, but our 50 EMA would also be retested. So we're really just going to be looking for some sort of a 4-hour rejection, some sort of a 4-hour pin bar, doji, inverted hammer, any of that stuff is what we're going to be looking for within this general area. And if price can give that candlestick print, show some sort of a shift in structure within this general zone, I'm definitely going to be looking for buys. And keep in mind, guys, like I said, shift in structure, you guys can see high, low, lower high, lower low, lower high, retesting previous support, acting as a resistance, lower low. And then we get a little bit of consolidation, and then we get the break on the lower time frames, retesting previous level of resistance, higher low, higher high, higher low, and then potentially a complete bust all the way straight up, right? That's what I'm going to be looking for within this general area. If price easily melts, I'm honestly just not going to even want to trade gold at all. I mean gold, GU, just because it does not look clean at all, right? But anyways, that's basically my top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 picks for the entire week. If you guys have any questions at all when it comes to these pairs, trade setups, anything at all, be sure to join the Discord. I have a link down below, completely free. You guys can interact with me. Send your charts that you want me to break down on stream, all of that good stuff. And if you guys want to be a part of the learner group, we've absolutely been slaughtering the markets lately. Let me go ahead and open it up. I don't even have it opened up, but we've absolutely been slaughtering the markets lately. The past month, 2 months, we literally just made a good 4% finishing off of this week. Last week, look at this. Let me just show you guys. Here's the results. So looking into week 1, we made a good, let's just say 8%, right around there, rounded up. Week 2, we made about 7%. We lost 1%. So let's just say about 5%. And then week 3, which is the week that we just ended on, the week that you guys are watching this on right now, we have a good 5, 6. We have a good 4.5% return week. So overall, extremely good. I don't just send out signals for the trades that I take. I always send the breakdowns as to why I take each and every single trade. So you guys are not just obviously earning, but you're literally learning while you're earning. So if you guys want to be a part of the group, I have it also linked down below. If you guys have any questions at all about it, let me know in the Discord. And aside from that, I think that's really it. So if you guys did enjoy this, be sure to drop a thumbs up. That definitely mean the absolute world to me. And if you guys want to see more content just like this one, or join into any live trading streams that I have going on for the coming week, be sure to join in, subscribe, turn on post notifications, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Love each and every single one of you guys. Peace.